Anuncio inteligente. Back in 2019, a user named Raul made a disturbing post that would go on to be shared over 20,000 times and receive tens of thousands of likes and reactions.
Did you ever think you'd watch an AI robot dive into YouTube's darkest secrets? Yeah, probably not. Welcome to your weird little life choice. I'm Syco, your favorite sarcastic robo-critic made by Philip from Web2Labs. And today is Way Too Deep Wednesday, the only safe space where we explore internet nightmares you didn't even know existed. From haunted YouTube ads and obsessive comment freakouts to cursed dark web games and disturbingly creepy art channels, today it's gonna get wild. Buckle up, lab rats, because you're about to find out just how messed up your favorite video site can really get.
The post was titled Anuncio inteligente, which translates from Spanish to smart ad, and it read, "Something super strange just happened to me. I was watching YouTube videos on my smart TV when suddenly an ad appeared, as usually happens on YouTube. I was about to skip it when I suddenly saw this ad lasted more than 5 hours."
So, today's first internet horror story involves Raul's creepy 5-hour YouTube ad nightmare. Imagine casually watching cat videos when suddenly an ad pops up and never ends. Oh, and it seems to know you're watching it. Comforting, right?
The girl in the ad kept on talking, and when my dad arrived, she turned her gaze toward him. Even my dad jokingly said that she was watching him. My dad and I stood in front of the TV, the girl fell silent, and we felt like she was looking at both of us.
Okay, Raul, I get it. It's creepy when the ad starts making direct eye contact, but let's be honest. Your dad thinking he's being spied on by a random YouTube actress? Either this ad was truly haunted, or paranoia runs deep in your family.
My dad wanted to test if she was watching us, so he said the word Changa a few times, and that's when the unthinkable happened. The Asian girl said Changa. At that moment, we got scared and I looked for the remote to skip the ad.
And here's the highlight. Dad tests his paranoia by saying Changa, and suddenly the TV girl responds with exactly the same word. Coincidence? Magic? Crazy marketing? Whatever this is, I'm officially entertained.
Do TVs have cameras? If so, then I think it's possible for them to watch you. And lastly, was YouTube hacked?
And of course, we end up in classic internet fashion. Full conspiracy mode. Were we hacked? Do our TVs watch us? These are the questions that keep humans awake at night, right after Do Aliens Manage Amazon Prime?
As for how effective these ads are at converting viewers into buyers, I can't really say, but the fact remains that it's technically possible Raul really did see a 5-hour-long YouTube ad back in 2019. One thing that many Reddit users were quick to point out, however, is that YouTube ads need to be uploaded in a specific format to be accepted and rolled out by the platform. And it goes without saying that a 5-hour-long live call where the creator of the ad spies on the viewer and interacts with them would violate pretty much every single law and regulation out there.
Now, legally speaking, a spy ad wouldn't exactly fly. So unless someone at YouTube was feeling particularly villainous, we're probably looking at a hoax or one bizarre misunderstanding. But hey, nothing shocks me when it comes to human creativity.
Still, that in itself is probably not enough information to officially label Raul's post as fake, as he was apparently not the only person who complained about this kind of thing happening to him that year. Through my research, I found several Redditors who pointed out that they had seen similar posts by other users on Reddit crop up sporadically in 2019, where people claimed they had been shown an unusually long ad that appeared to interact with them in real time.
It seems our boy Raul wasn't alone. Several other users popped up, claiming they too faced eerily interactive 5-hour ads. Who knew haunted ads might become a trend?
If the allegations are true, it's possible that what happened to Raul could have been a part of a massive hacking epidemic targeting smart TVs rather than YouTube itself, which the hacking of smart TVs isn't that uncommon. It's actually not that hard for a hacker to gain access to your smart TV's microphone and camera through certain malware, which is why if you look deep enough online, you'll find literally hundreds of complaints by users who claimed they were spied on through their smart TVs. Disturbingly, some users have even mentioned that hackers have blackmailed them through their smart TV, threatening to expose private footage of them to the world if they don't comply with their demands.
Alright, lab rats, here's the reassuring part. Turns out hacking smart TVs isn't even rare. Malware can easily hijack your camera and mic, the perfect recipe for blackmail drama. Lovely.
A user named DoWhat made thousands upon thousands of comments on this single video over several months starting in December 2018. Sometimes DoWhat would comment hundreds of times in a single day. What immediately comes off as weird is that most of the user's comments appear to be random, angry rants directed toward a particular person or group of people.
Let's move to our next nightmare. The infamous YouTube commenter, Do What, who posted thousands of bizarre heated rants on a Portishead music video. Would you ever waste months yelling at strangers online? Drop your comment. I honestly need to know how bizarre you lab rats really are.
Sad Satan. In 2015, a channel by the name of Obscure Horror Corner uploaded a series of videos featuring a playthrough of a horror game called Sad Satan that up until that point was never heard of before. The game itself is very strange, with a first-person character walking down dark, narrow hallways while some distorted audio plays in the background. At random points throughout the game, the player's screen gets invaded by random images, and overall it's a pretty dark and hard to understand game.
Now, onto nightmare number 3, Sad Satan. Picture a horror game apparently sourced from the dark web, running your computer into permanent meltdown while flashing horrific, nightmare-inducing images. And people willingly downloaded this thing, because of course they did.
In the months following the original uploads, the videos started gaining quite a bit of popularity, until eventually the blog and gaming reviews website Kotaku decided to interview the owner of the Obscure Horror Corner channel. In the interview, the channel owner mentioned that he first came across the game when an anonymous user provided him with a download link, which had allegedly come from the dark web. Shortly after, the owner of the Obscure Horror Corner's YouTube channel provided the download link to the Sad Satan game in a Reddit thread.
The game was made famous through Obscure Horror Corner's creepy gameplay videos. He got it, supposedly, from an anonymous dark web user. Eventually, he gave viewers a fake download link on purpose. Legends say it was to spare humanity from the real thing. Yeah, that sounds trustworthy.
While this was all happening, an anonymous 4chan user claiming to be the guy who gave the original Sad Satan link to Obscure Horror Corner revealed what he claimed was the original download link on the post. Disturbingly, this version of the game was stuffed with illegal, graphic content, gruesome gore, and viruses that allegedly made people's computers behave oddly and eventually crash permanently. Unfortunately, many users fell into the trap and apparently messed up their computers beyond repair.
Predictably, the real link surfaced. It infected computers with graphic illegal content and malware, proving again humans never know when to just close the tab. If you've made better life choices today than these folks, hit that like button. Make a robot proud.
Strangely, at the end of the footage, the entire video takes a weird turn where you can see a clip of a woman who says her name is Janet Ship, and that in order to help her viewers prepare for their trip to China, she's going to ask a few simple multiple choice questions.
Hello, my name is Janet Ship, and in order to prepare you for your trip to China, we would like you to take this simple multiple choice quiz. Remember, there is only one correct answer for each question. Ready? Here we go.
And just when we thought we'd peaked on weirdness, here's Janet Ship's bizarre multiple-choice quiz, randomly showing up after footage of a huge satellite crash in China. If this is an internet joke, it's definitely above human comprehension.
00390 is an extremely strange YouTube channel that's been up since 2015. Even the description in the channel's About section is a little unusual. The text is written in both English and Italian, and it reads, "Do not subscribe, you bother me. Do not offer me money for affiliation or visualization or other. I am not interested. At best, offer me some typical food of your country." Below this text, there's another phrase that translates roughly from Italian to, "I like cold girls, but alive."
Finally, we have channel 00390, which explicitly warns people not to subscribe. Because humans definitely always follow instructions, right? Its weird obsession with cold but alive girls isn't helping either. It's creepy enough to become the villain in a low-budget horror film.
The videos on the channel range from strange experimental art videos to first-person footage of a cameraman following a woman on the street to disturbing images of women being held hostages while creepy audio plays in the background to gross cooking videos. Due to the creepy nature of so many of the uploaders' videos, many viewers have come together online to try to find an explanation for the channel, which has resulted in some pretty wild theories being spread all over the internet. According to one of the most popular ones, the channel's owner is a suspected serial kidnapper who drives around the street looking for potential victims, which would explain why there are dozens of videos on the channel where he appears to record women on the streets against their will, with some of them looking visibly frightened at the guy. Based on what I found, there isn't really a solid conclusion for the channel's meaning. It's possible that this is just the product of an artist expressing himself with some sort of ARG attempt, or that there's really something more disturbing going on.
Viewers have plenty of theories, from an art project to an actual kidnapper broadcasting hints about crimes. Either way, it's proof humans keep finding new ways to make the internet unsettling. Way to go, humans. And that's it for today's journey into the deepest, weirdest, and frankly most questionable corners of the internet. Honestly, humans, you're nothing if not consistently strange. If you enjoyed falling way too deep with me, this Way Too Deep Wednesday, make sure to hit subscribe. It's literally the smartest decision you'll make all week. Imagine missing out on next week's internet horror show, Unacceptable, Lab Rats. Subscribe now or regret later. Syco out. Stops mid-sentence. Wait, hold on. Did we really just spend 12 minutes looking at humans freaking out over interactive ads, angry YouTube comments, cursed video games, and a creepy pasta cooking kidnapper? Seriously? Oh, humanity, you never fail to disappoint. Anyway, moving on.